He didn't even know that it had the cloak on it. He was probably very surprised when he fished up a cloak. Definitely with the bust. Oh no! I don't want it to be Acro! I want it to be the brat! Why can't it be the brat? December 30th, 9:41 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 5. All he wants is his brother to wake up. He just wants his brother to wake up. Good morning, Max. Who's Max? Oh, right. I forgot about this guy. I forgot about you. Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. I got more invested in Acro than I did you. Sorry. I don't want it to be Acro, but apparently it is. It's the only thing that makes sense, and it's about to make me cry. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it.
Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina!
How fabulous! My sweetie pie. My sweetie pie princess! You're at least closer in age than Bat was, but still. You don't understand what she's doing, though. She's a manipulative little bitch. You came to watch my performance today.
Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this.
Mo said that.
So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end?
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on. Or even where she is.
Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best.
Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to ya!
Top of the morning to ya! Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo! Hello, can you go?
Mo.
Top of the morning to ya, Governor!
Top of the morning.
That's the ticket! Attacking the day through of energy in the morning! The early bird gets the worm! But then again, words like higher brain function! Here, Max! I brought you a present! Have some milk! He already had milk!
Oh my. Thanks. I turned into my crybaby self for a second.
So how are you today, right?
Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit.
You mean Acro?
Huh? You think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare.
If all... I don't want you to be Acro! Why can't it be Regina? I don't want you to be Acro. I want Regina to be the one that died because Regina's such a... All I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is. I'm used to it already. It just means I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses.
What are you going to do then, Nick?
I guess today we'll just have to do with our usual psychological warfare. Today, we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth.
You're right. But it's going to be tough.
Anyways, I want to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yes, that's why I brought her to court. Her here to court today.
That's what the pepper was doing in the case! It was to remind her of that. She was meant to open the case, see the pepper, and then he knocked on the head. What's that supposed to mean?
He needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
December 30th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Karma. You may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Order! Order! I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now to prepare to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Poor Gumshoe. Very well. Please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work, shall I say. Time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Hi, Acro. Where did the hummingbird come from? Name and occupation. Ken Dingling. Everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed at as an acrobat at the Berry Big Circus. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Oh. What I witnessed. It was just after 10 p.m. I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind. That's who it looked like. To be honest, I saw that. I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Hold it! Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool, who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. I didn't cause his death! Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination. I didn't cause it. I did nothing. He resigned! He resigned! It was just after 10 p.m. I was resting in my bed. You said that you were resting in bed? One would thus assume you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. There were safety lights around the outside lodging house. It was so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? Oh, the hummingbird. I'm adoring you right now, Judd. I need to talk to my bird friend here. Hello, little hummingbird. How are you today? Oh, that's good. Well, I hope that they are doing well. Goodbye. I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains.
Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers.
How?
The witness will proceed with his testimony.
Around that time, I heard a loud thump noise from outside the window.
Your room is on the 3rd floor, right?
Yes,
And you said that you were resting in bed?
that is correct.
But you were still able to hear a sound from outside?
I was indeed.
Pressing acro doesn't seem to get results. Maybe something was contradictory in what he said just now.
Ugh.
Let's save in case I end up dying. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of contradiction?
Not really. I don't have anything. I was just wondering if I could.
Take that! This. What in the world is this?
Oh!
You just don't get it, do you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
What don't I get?
You're not going to be able to get through this one with your usual bluff routine. Your client looks to be ready to take off once again, straight towards a guilty verdict.
You were bluffing? I will not forgive any more mockeries made of this court.
Whoops.
Witness, would you mind repeating your testimony?
Certainly. Just after 10 p.m. A few moments later, I saw someone lying behind my window.
Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure?
Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, action figure is plausible.
You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth, just as if we were there with you that night.
I believe it was a human.
Damn, I just strengthened his testimony. Wonder if Acro's statement jives with the facts.
There's a contradiction.
There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
She's right. Let's see some evidence.
I think the bust, honestly. Take that! Ah, dang it, that didn't count. Blah, 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 blah.
You can't get away with just bluffing.
Blah, blah, blah.
It would look like.
The light in your room was turned off then, right?
That's true. It's going to bed after all.
So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window?
Safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. And honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was also the person... It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any of the other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica.
The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. Maybe there was something fishy in his latest bit of testimony. There is a contradiction.
Objection!
It was the contradiction of what he said.
Take that!
You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that?
What do you mean?
The silk hat.
What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window.
Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night.
That would have been quite difficult considering the state I'm in.
Just looking outside the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? No, this is a handmade one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Wait a second. How tall is Acro? If he's able to be like eye level and be sitting in a wheelchair, how tall is he? How? Order.
As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I had to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this courtroom today? This grudge against Acro was dreaming. Acro... I don't want it to be! No! We gotta save it here. Just to be safe. Acro is the real culprit. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion? Accuse Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Mr. Wright, are you serious? I wish I wasn't. Deadly serious, Your Honor. So deadly, I'll I'll take the death penalty.
I think your trips in the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary.
He said something for murder! How dare you accuse the amazing Acro to be a murderer? You're disgusting human being! You're disgusting! What are you? I'll pick out your eyes for this! I'll pick them off! She's such good friends on the first, all the evils!
He is staying rather calm and collected. Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusations? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. To do this by accusing me of a murder of all things. I don't want it to be you, I'm sorry.
See, even a sliver of common sense would make it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man.
Phoenix is a puppy!
Say that, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro's unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? Of course he didn't. He didn't have an accomplice.
Now then, this must be when you get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Not this time, Von Karma.
What?
You're not going to sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
He just didn't mean to kill the ringmaster. He meant to kill an actual terrible human being. Order! Order! What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
Now I'm going to have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
Can he do it, Nick? Can he really do that?
I know what I can't do. Can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
All right, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling? Stop calling him Dingling, please. It sounds weird. He was right here in his own room, because he couldn't leave it. He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room. Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can be only one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts? What say you, Mr. Dingling?
Ah, my friend. You have returned to me. Okay, goodbye. Have fun pecking at Mr. Wright.
It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you propose is impossible. Yes, that's it. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You got a point.
It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he?
But, Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet.
Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here...
She's right. Can't mess up here. I gotta give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. Is that evidence? I can't present. Ooh! Complications! Complications. It's become complicated. I'm going to present some evidence. So what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of murder against Russell Berry? The bust. He used the bust. What's that? A picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. The bust. Quite a large bust. Because it's life-size, it's also very, very heavy. It also steals your soul as you stare into its eyes. And I am not kidding, it steals your soul. It literally took a man's life. Heavy. Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story built window. See, this is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster. From the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactico's ample bust. Order. Order. So you're saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. How could you possibly...
How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible.
Well, Acro's an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well,
Acro's at a loss for words.
he should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro. You can't run. Ow!
I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand we get proper testimony from the witness himself.
Testimony, you say? Von Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to solve her time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony.
The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond.
The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't he see things my way once in a while? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry. You need to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him.
Thank you. That woman will sing to any load and win a case. Acro's physical state. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bus. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat. Only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bus and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. It makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Plus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bus on him. Don't you think? Oh, nope. That's where the wooden chest comes in. I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Miss Wright? I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination.
He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really.
You're the one stalling! Grr, can't let her get to me. Gotta focus. Acro's physical state. And my legs hurt. Could have exerted on my lower body. I need to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Objection! Acro, you didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? Where are you driving at, Miss Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add.
Your silly hinting at things is pointless. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence?
But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. What am I looking at? Oh, this. The key point here is the wooden box. Same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over? The same. Question is, who placed the wooden box here?
Who?
When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bus came falling down was exactly the same moment the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear.
You mean...
If the bus were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that would miss the head of the victim.
No!
Order! 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 This is unbelievable.
Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. I just gotta keep going. There's only one way to go from here. Forward.
So the next question I have is, who placed the wooden box at the scene?
Wait a second.
I just realized Regina's 16 and she doesn't understand the concept of death? And has to be lied to by her father about people become stars. What the fuck?
I'm sorry, that was just a random thought that I realized. It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down.
Oh!
Allow me to whip some sense into you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Oh! Assault!
The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made. Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. Weight box. The box has a remarkable weight. Weight? According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required.
Oh, see. One would have to squat down and lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say?
That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large.
The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it?
That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool. Oh, he's so calm. Stop with the hummingbird. Like sucking the calmness out of your birds. Does he even bother to listen to me anymore?
I've heard what you have to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination. He could never have done that. Done what he's proposing.
What?
Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bus?
I remember. Of course I remember. It's on top of the table in the cafeteria.
What happened to it? I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself.
That means...
You understand what I mean, don't you? And very well may have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how could I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria to my room?
Isn't the bus shiny? Let me look at the court record. I'm pretty sure the bus is shiny. It is! The bust is shiny! You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. This is no place to get perplexed. Gotta get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all.
All right, Mr. Wright. It's your explanation. How did the witness get the bus from the cafeteria back to his room?
Money, the monkey! Money! It was money!
A monkey? A monkey wearing a clown costume?
Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size.
Oh, like when he sold the ventriloquist ring.
So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home.
Home?
Money lives in Acro's room.
Acro's room!
Objection!
But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the wit down sometimes and read the court record.
My, those are some very nice cards he's holding.
Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny.
Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room.
If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate.
Order! Order! I said order! Miss Von Karma! Where is the bus in question at this moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
This is a rather strange turn of events. Let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon.
Wait. And you mean this bus was the murder weapon? Purely by accident?
It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we're more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron. Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright's argument was so circular. I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. How?
Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney.
Fraud?
You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
And what is that?
You should know.
Motive?
You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime.
And you forgot that it's a bust of him. Ah!
There is no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now.
I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around.
When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Barry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw?
Oh, the bronze statue. He saw Max's Ow!
I ask who was the other person most saw on the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question.
Au contraire, Montferry. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. Quit trying to shut me up when I'm proving a point.
How is that possible?
It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust.
What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case?
I have. You haven't.
The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak.
There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one off the cards in the bust's hands.
Idiot. Who in the right mind would put a cloak on a bust?
It doesn't matter who put it on the bust.
Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is the utmost importance to this case. Don't you agree?
Oh, he caught me.
So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust?
Who put the cloak on the bust? Who? Acro.
I wonder, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Didn't the defendant wear his cloak the entire time he was at practice? So then how did this person get a hold of the cloak?
Well,
furthermore, how would this person have gotten the cloak onto the bust, I wonder? Because this person was not spotted at the scene.
I'm sorry. Dang it. I broke the heat at the moment. When she's so nice about telling me I'm wrong, it hurts even more. Ow!
The famous Von Karma keratin whip approach.
So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bus?
It wasn't him. It had to have been Russell.
fool! Him!
You were saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry. That's what I'm saying.
The victim himself placed the cloak on the bus.
Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright?
Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on all of this?
Oh, did it get caught on the coat he was wearing?
I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. Just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than the ventriloquist and his puppet Ben and Trilo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now, this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bus hit the victim,
You just wait a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
that's very cartoony, honestly.
As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true! It can't be!
It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. The circus isn't over yet.
What?
The impact of the bus on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bus. The impact also caused the sound of a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls, the clown. When Moe looked out his window, the cloak already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. He didn't even know that it had the cloak on it. He was probably very surprised when he fished up a cloak. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could only have been you.
Acro's playing mind games with all of us.
He sure has. He has come to the end of his rope now.
So,
what now?
You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true?
Evidence?
In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip.
Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. And with my axe! Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence?
Nick, they say they want evidence.
Just explain how there can only be one possible murder method. There is still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness account.
Unusual?
Contradiction, actually.
Okay then, use that and get out of this jam.
It's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claim. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case.
Why? Is it the hat? The problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses.
Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings, especially with the court yelling it.
Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony.
The silk hat was one. The white roses were the other.
But the theory I just presented explains all of those contradictions.
You fool.
Do you ever shut up? I'm not gonna shut up just because you whipped me. I'm gonna sue you for assault, lady. Once I get money. Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday? He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust. It was actually the bust.
Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Fine, you've got one. But what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction?
Remember what the ventriloquist said in court? He said he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there was no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one. Can you do it, Nick?
Yeah, of course. I can explain all of it.
What was that?
Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. The cloak snagged onto the bust. What happened to the white roses? They were covered. They were essentially cradled in his arms. Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust.
Order! Order! This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel.
But why are you both so calm? I don't like it. She should at least be whipping me.
Well, so much for that theory.
Mr. Wright, do you mind?
What is it?
You took the time to research our circus, didn't you?
Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't?
If you did, maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track.
Why is that?
Motive. No, this witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this.
I know the motive. He was originally trying to kill Regina, but killed the ringmaster instead because the ringmaster showed up and said Regina. Regina's an idiot! Frickin' brat!
Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this could kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. Well, what do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster.
Acro's motive.
It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I'll listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess.
I know he was originally trying to kill Regina because Regina caused his brother's coma. Because the frickin' prince lady took his frickin' scarf. Give back the scarf. Posture check. I'm posturing. December 30th, 2:17 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5.
I can't believe it. Acro. It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is. I think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Am I that hated? Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did. But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why.
Hey, pal! You're gonna ignore me after all this trouble to bring you some evidence?
Detective Gumshoe?
Ah, forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways.
Now, Detective. I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? You got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, Detective? Are we bribing him?
Well, if you insist. I haven't had milk in days. Actually, I don't think I've had any milk this year. Nobody's thrown it out in a while. At least milk I can drink anyway. And I haven't seen magic in a while either. Oh, please show me.
Now, about that evidence you mentioned. What is it?
Here you go.
Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room.
Yep. And I've included the forensics results. Take a look at it later.
Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this?
That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything, but everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan.
I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now.
You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion.
Final plans?
Uh-huh. That reminds me. Got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it! And that's it for me too, pal. I am out of here.
What do you mean by that? The very end part.
I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me.
Oh, one more thing.
Ah! Don't scare me like that!
It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant.
What? For me?
It's milk. The receptionary looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils.
An entire dairy's worth of milk. For me? They truly care. They truly care about me.
December 30th, 2:27 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Hey, let me look at that evidence. Give me a second. That scarf stained with his blood in a small quantity.
Oh! 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 I think the lion sneezed. He didn't mean to bite down. He just sneezed. It was a sneeze. Again! Why do I want to kill kids? I want to kill that rat! What the fuck? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, you freaking princess magical girl brat? You made a lion sneeze and then bite someone's head to try and kill them to be like, it's just a prank. He does it to me all the time. And I tried it with my lion. He sneezed and nearly chopped off my arm. So what would happen if it was pepper on someone? He does it to me all the time. I thought it'd be funny if the lion sneezed while having its mouth around his neck.
Court is back in session. Is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime.
Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling. I freaked myself out so much I began to get hiccups, dang it. Yes, Your Honor? Please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay?
No, I'm not! Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. I can't gulp. 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 About the ringmaster. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. It's when the ringmaster at the very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. It was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem.
You are absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? He was trying to kill Regina! It might be my last chance to answer that question. Of course I'll cross-examine. Defense has the right to cross-examine the witness.
You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive.
I'm not fabricating, I know the motive. Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness. Let us examine your fabrication. We? Yes, my brother Sean and I. What? You have a brother?
How old were you when this happened, Acro?
I was 8 years old and my brother was 4. My parents were very cruel, weren't they? Why did they abandon me that? Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us. Because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the very big circus.
Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed.
He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. How?
No crying in court. Let's keep going.
The witness may proceed with his testimony. How would you describe your relationship with the ringmaster? He was like an uncle, father, and big brother all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. What about other people at the circus? This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in, so no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. The ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile.
What a beautiful story. Even I am beginning to cry.
That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him.
Nick, isn't Acro being a wonderful person?
I know. Seems like a nice guy. Which is what makes this so difficult. I don't want it! So then how long have you been a performer? I became an acrobat around 9 years old. You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age? I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother.
We called ourselves the Flying Dingling Berries. Really? It's really a household name. I've even heard of them in Germany.
Liar. The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. You are truly a remarkable young man. The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father.
You're making the judge attached to him.
I'm trying to find a way to repay the ringmaster. It's my sole purpose in life.
Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster?
How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony, or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard. Ow! 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 Ow!
No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life.
Who did you just whip? Me or the judge? Or yourself?
Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them.
I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk.
I think that will be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man has killed the ringmaster leads me to believe that. It is pretty unlikely.
Exactly right, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead?
I can't provide one because he didn't want the ringmaster dead.
Nick?
Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven.
What?
That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow!
Your foolish attempts to fool us with, like foolish fools, is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was. This is the real killer of Russellberry Ringmaster.
If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right.
The end of things.
Acro, you didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night.
What did you just say?
I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russellberry to begin with. He was meaning to kill Regina.
What?
Order. Order. Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court?
Wait, are you having your bailiff physically assault all of the people who are like,
oh my gosh, what are they talking about? I don't understand. Let's get...
No!
Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to this court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else?
Yeah, he was attempting to kill Regina.
Regina Berry?
This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct?
Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question.
He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is, you're wrong. That's it.
That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Enough. Mr. Wright, allow me to... How?
The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself.
Huh?
And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now! I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry.
Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl.
Acro, you remember this, don't you?
That's...
It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat.
Inside the victim's tailcoat.
Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m.
So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note?
Yes, but there's just one little problem.
Problem?
Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster.
You mean it wasn't for the...
That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry.
Order! 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 Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours has caused my bailiff to hit a child.
It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board.
And that's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note?
That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina.
That's incredible.
Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today?
Digging the bus and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could exert that kind of force on my lower body. If I could do that, I ended up falling out the window myself.
Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he could look down at the window and see who it actually was.
I've got it. Acro thought it was Regina down at the plaza.
And that's when he let the bus fly.
Hey, Nick? Isn't Regina listening to all this from the audience?
She is. Unfortunately, it's only to get harsher from here.
I hope Regina can handle it.
I hope Regina dies.
Acro wrote this note to Regina?
Foolishly foolish fool. With foolishly foolish fool ideas. A foolish fool. You're so foolish, you've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place.
Yes? What about that line?
Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer.
You just don't get it, do you?
What? What did you just say?
The ringmaster knew what that note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter.
Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded in this note?
The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. The incident occurred 6 months ago. And now I'm more than ready to show this court what happened at that time.
Moron.
Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case?
It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago.
Really, Nick?
I think so.
Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note?
I know, I'd certainly like to know what it is. It's a scarf you stole from me. If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually the scarf.
What? This is it?
Well, I kind of figured that I'd try and get rid of evidence I didn't need anymore.
From now on, you can...
Dang it! Wrong thing! Which means that no matter what, conclusive evidence methods is actually... pepper.
Achoo!
What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for.
What do you mean?
Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence of what was inside.
Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small ball of pepper?
Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw.
The foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim?
It was Bat.
Who is this?
That is Acro's younger brother.
What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead.
Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead.
Regina. She did that to him?
Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state.
Lion!
Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her.
How do you know? Regina's a monster!
So then what happened to Acro's brother?
He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident.
I see.
Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident?
It was more than that. Lion biting Bat was no accident at all.
What?
You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There was no way that Regina would have ever enticed her lion to attack another human being.
She may not have enticed the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother Bat. With the scarf.
That's just a scarf.
Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct?
That's right.
And who's the one that gave the scarf to Bat?
Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina.
There's something more than just blood on the scarf, Your Honor.
And what might that be?
Pepper.
Pepper.
Pepper. Pepper. Regina gave the scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? And why do you keep attacking me, you hummingbird? Go away! I don't have nectar or bugs inside of me. Go away! Stop pecking me!
Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that?
Still seems like the judge doesn't get it.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling?
Wait, do you smile when you sneeze? Talking about sneezing. Ah.
Smiling? The lion was smiling?
Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling.
Lions smile?
Not really.
I've never heard of them smiling.
However, lions sneeze. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf.
What?
You fool!
You've got to be kidding me. What's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I object. For objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened?
Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. All the birds are trying to console him. Be consoled by the birds, Acro. I feel really bad for you, and I wanted Regina to be the murderer.
You foolish idiot.
Almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves.
Are you telling me that what I said was true?
Acro, you don't mean, you can't mean, witness.
Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately, imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder.
What do you mean by that?
Pepper, scarf, a lion. I see where you're going. It's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there is an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? Same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I drop Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where's the evidence that proves that claim?
Stop pecking me! Why did you send your hummingbird to peck me?
You mean the conclusive evidence?
The biggest problem to the murder weapon, or the lack thereof, to be more precise. The murder weapon.
The bust that defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes.
Yes, it would be.
The bust.
Nick, God, do something.
This is the last step. Get this one right, the case is won. Okay, let me save. See how things work out first. Might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but...
Why are you going to search his room? Looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma, total justice.
I guess. I figured with you, that's the least I should expect. You leave no stone unturned.
A Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday.
What did you find?
There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for.
You see, Mr. Wright? The bust wasn't in my room.
Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise. We took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story.
Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this.
Looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin.
But what about the scarf? What about the note?
What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now.
Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust. Where is it now?
Where's the bust right now?
You're Phoenix Wright. You know where the bust is. I'm sure you do.
There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is?
seems this case is coming to a close. The defense counter-arguments look to have fallen short.
Thank you for your support.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings to an end to the cross-examination of this witness. Hold it. Who held? Akro? Or Mia?
Where is Max's bus? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case? Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue.
Of course you did.
What? You need time to— Ow! Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she?
Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright?
What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait. You can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose.
Very well. Defense may proceed. Doesn't have a clue. I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope with logic. There's no room for a false step. Sink or swim. The way through is forward.
The murder weapon. Where's Max's bus now?
Wait. Okay, I'm gonna save real quick. Because I'm confused. It's in the lodging house. There is no doubt in my mind. The bus is somewhere around the lodging house. You don't say.
You better not say.
In fact, allow me to even more specify to its location. You can find it... I think it's in Mo's room. No, honestly, because he has a bunch of broken stuff in there. Indeed, it is in Mo's room.
Hello. You don't mean...
Why would the bus be in Mo's room? That's simple. I couldn't think of any other room it could be in.
Ow!
Refrain from making yourself look stupid.
Nick, what about where Ben and Trilia were standing?
Maybe she's onto something here.
We searched the room inside and out, and there was absolutely no sign of a bus. Damn it.
Okay, it's a good thing I saved. Give me 1 second. Blah, blah. Guilty, yes, I know. I'm skipping everything. Oh, look, he's sitting there. No confetti. Okay, somewhere in the big top. There we go. Must be somewhere in the very big top.
It's in the big top?
Mr. Wright, where exactly in the big top will we find it? In the center ring. It's in the circus's center ring. What is it doing there? Haven't you ever heard this the saying? If you like it, then you should put a ring on it. It's kind of like that. Nobody liked the joke. Okay. So maybe the two rings... Guilty! Yes, I know! Frick you! In the big top. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm honestly trying. To be specific, I believe it's in the Ringmaster's room.
Once again, you're so predictable, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough of you bluffing. The Ringmaster's room was thorough search. was no place found. There's absolutely no way I'm wrong. I've staked my...
Oh, there's no need to be staking lives on it.
Yeah. I am, because I have no clue where it is. Somewhere in this court. Let's try this. It's obvious. The bus is inside this very courtroom.
It's obviously where.
Allow me to pinpoint the location of the buns once and for all.
Let's see.
Acro. I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? He had a blanket on his wheelchair?
I'm sorry. I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright.
Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say hide a bust under there. Okay, I figured it out. Why did you bring the evidence with you? Why didn't you, like, drop it off somewhere, like in a dumpster?
Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright.
I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, the lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bus is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it. And the only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Oh, because he left for the hospital and he wasn't even there. Why did he bring it into the courtroom? He should have dumped it! Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap?
Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played.
Are you whipping me again?
You fool! How could you...
You've got me. Been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them.
Two of them?
Miss Franziska Von Karma, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search of my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence. The cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Gina always took my trash out every morning, you know? But the bust... Obviously, I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. Now to be caught in the middle of the court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. All makes sense now.
I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing.
I think she was just trying to keep evidence from me so that I wouldn't be able to defeat her again. Uh-huh. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't.
I can't believe it. Me. Make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. You could have gotten rid of the bus.
It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you kill the ringmaster at the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm responsible for their crime.
Acro.
All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. And that's why he teased her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, couldn't help herself from laughing. That's why Regina thought I'd be fine to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. And I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her. No matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never, ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. Oh, she would come in every morning and taunt you
"Oh, why are you so sad? Your brother's now a star. He's with Leon now. I hope you're happy. You should be happy that your brother is a star.
That's like the worst thing to say to a great brother. And that's when you decide to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So you were saying that you were a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. Oh, he's crying.
No, I'm gonna cry.
I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am.
I'm crying, man. Don't cry.
At first, I thought I'd kill myself. And I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. Just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried. To pin this. Oh, Max. Max. I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. I'm gonna cry. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty. There you go. After having 2 to 3 guilty charges. Oh, Gumshoe with his ball of confetti. Yay! Yay! They won! They won! This court is adjourned. December 30th, 4:27 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Can I hug Acro? I want to hug Acro. I feel bad. I'm gonna cry. I don't want Acro to die. I want Regina to die. I want Regina to be the one that dies. I don't want Acro to die. He was just trying to take revenge on his brother over a girl that was taunting him. She was taunting him since the accident. For 6 months, she was taunting him
Your brother's a star now. Don't be sad. He's with Leon and all the other dead people. They're all stars.
What? What the frick? What is going on?
Oh, hi, Max. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this.
Acro, Ringmaster, Regina, and Pat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh?
Regina was. That's a good question. And one I don't know the answer to.
Many congrats! But only at max 1,000,000 of them!
Thank you.
What's with the vine in this field?
We're just thinking about Acro.
No. If you worry about people too much, you'll be like this forever and never be happy.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, she's finally showing some emotion and crying. This is what I've been waiting for.
She's been like this for a while now.
Yes, it is. Be traumatized, child. Be traumatized.
Sweetie pie.
I like stopped with her voice.
Regina,
Mr. Wright, tell me something.
what do you want to know, Regina?
Acro said something right at the end.
I just couldn't up and leave yet.
Does that mean that Acro, is he gonna try and get his revenge on me?
Of course he Of course he is! I think that's his plan. What can you do about it? You did do some awfully bad things to him, Regina.
You're right. You'll never forget.
Yikes. Looks like I struck the final blow on Regina.
Poor Regina.
I'm gonna traumatize her more the first chance I get because she was traumatizing friggin' Acro this entire time to make her want to kill her. It's ridiculous.
Hey, Max.
What is it, Mo?
We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So, whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract.
I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now?
That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I made a decision.
What is it?
I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster.
I hope you're not a clown anymore.
I'll turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen!
The best circus the world has ever seen.
Don't laugh!
That's quite the goal.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Then I guess that changes things.
Huh?
There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen.
Max,
Let's work together and make this circus super fabulous! What do you say, big guy?
I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you.
Regina? You're gonna help about too, aren't you? No, make her go to jail. Make her cry more.
I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
It would. And it would be better if you go died in a ditch.
What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? We've got to work together to make the very big circus bigger than it's ever been.
No.
Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the very big circus without Regina Berry.
Max.
No, don't be nice to her!
Nick.
It seems like everything is going to turn out all right here. No, don't be nice to her!
I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen.
We'll save you the most fabulous seat right in the lion's mouth.
It'll take us a while to get ready. I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats.
I see. You made the case.
Yesterday's surprise raid. It really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you?
It was just a theory. Acro really was the killer. Thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney.
You mean Mr. Wright?
This is Edgeworth, isn't it? Of course. Well, detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop the chief prosecutor's office as soon as I get back.
Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, it is Edgeworth! Hi, Edgeworth! How you doing, vampire? Been a while. Are you okay? What is going on? People were saying that you were dead, and it confused and freaked me out. Oh, he's in the next one. What's it?
Teddy bear. Teddy bear? Why is there a claw handed a teddy bear? Is that a person missing an arm? What's going on in this one?
Farewell, my turnabout.